is the power of love and acceptance? Or perhaps a better question, what is the power of a person who knows he is loved and accepted? Christy Brown was born on June 5th, 1932 in Dublin, Ireland. He was the 10th of 22 children. After his birth, his parents started noticing something different about him. He could not move like the other children. He could not hold his head up. It would always fall backward and would need to be propped up. When his parents took him to see the doctors, they said he had a condition called cerebral palsy. Because of the cerebral palsy, Christy had almost no control of the muscles in his body. The one exception was his left foot. As a severely disabled child from a poor family in Dublin, his chances to succeed were pretty grim. But with the love and acceptance of his family and his own determination, he became one of the greatest artists and writers in all of Ireland. Cerebral palsy is a condition that affects everyone differently. In the case of Christy Brown, he was almost completely paralyzed, unable to hold his head up, unable to speak. He could not control his arms, and they would spasm behind his back. He could not sit up or walk, and he would move around by scooting on his bottom. Early in his life, his parents were told to put him in a home for disabled children, but his mother refused because she knew though his body was broken, his mind was intact, and she later taught him to read and write. A breakthrough moment came when he snatched a piece of chalk out of his sister's hand with his left foot and wrote the letter A on the floor. Soon after, he wrote the word mother. His father was so overjoyed, he lifted Christy onto his back and took him out to get a pint of beer. He was 8 years old, or it was Ireland after all. His brothers always included him in their adventures and shenanigans as they roamed the back streets of their Dublin neighborhood. His brothers once tried to get Christy to smoke cigarettes. Instead, he accidentally ate it, smiled and asked for more. When their father was out of work, they had no money to pay for coal to heat their house. They used Christy to distract the coal truck driver and steal coal. They packed it around him in his wheelchair and raced home. They played soccer in the streets. Christy was goalie. He stopped the ball with his head and kicked penalty shots with his left foot. His mother was his constant companion and strongest supporter. With limitless patience, she educated, motivated, and challenged Christy until his art and writing skills became recognized by some of the greatest minds of the time. The following is a quote from one of his poems about his aging father and his love for him and his family. I had no words for him, no words to span the heartbreak of years. When Samson-like, he stood between us and chaos, bringing to us the small trinkets of his love. Yet the hand that gripped mine spelled out love, and the raw courage of that old landscaped face put my feeble pity to shame. Christy Brown later published his first book, My Left Foot, in 1954. It was the first of 16. It was made into a motion picture in which Daniel Day-Lewis won an Oscar. One of his early paintings, created by holding a brush in between the toes of his left foot, sold for more than his father could make in an entire year. His art and writing skills have been enjoyed by millions of people. His ability to overcome great adversity is an inspiration to all. But perhaps the greatest lesson we can learn from Christy Brown is that through love and acceptance, we empower the people around us. Thank you.